Hello, Wellspring. It is Thursday, July 17th, and today we are moving on to the book of Micah. It's another one of the latter prophets. Um, Micah is speaking at a time when Israel and uh, the southern kingdom of Judah are still split, and he recognizes that the leaders in Israel, in particular, are acting corrupt through theft, through kind of white collar crime. They're taking advantage of the poor and the desolate, even within Israel's own walls. They are gaining wealth for themselves. They've turned away from God. They're not showing mercy. They're not behaving properly. And so Micah spends a lot of his time calling them out and announcing that there is a judgment coming from God. And like many of the other prophets, Micah spends a lot of time saying Assyria is going to come and destroy the northern kingdom. Eventually, Jerusalem's going to fall. Micah predicts that Babylon will come. And then there's some space where he even talks about the restoration and the hope, just like most all of these prophets. There's the judgment that's coming, and then there's God's promise of hope that comes afterwards. And so today we're going to read Micah chapter 5. Tomorrow we will be in Micah chapter 7. So we're going to get some of that promise of hope, even though Micah's message is a pretty harsh one and a pretty direct one, particularly at the leadership in Israel and Judah as they have um, walked away from God, or they've been ignoring God's command for them to have clean and pure hearts. Okay, so Micah chapter 5 from the NIV. Marshal your troops now, city of troops, for a siege is laid against us. They will strike Israel's ruler on the cheek with a rod. But you, Bethlehem, Ephrath, Ephrathah, Ephrathah. I can't get all these pronunciations right either, so don't feel bad when you struggle with them. Though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old, from ancient times. Therefore Israel will be abandoned until the time when she who is in labor bears a son, and the rest of his brothers return to join the Israelites. He will stand and shepherd the flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they will live securely, for then his greatness will reach to the ends of the earth. And he will be our peace. When the Assyrians invade our land and march through our fortresses, we will raise up against them 7 shepherds, even 8 commanders. Who will rule the land of Assyria with the sword, the land of Nimrod with drawn sword? He will deliver us from the Assyrians when they invade our land and march across our borders. The remnant of Jacob will be in the midst of many peoples, like dew from the Lord, like showers on the grass, which do not wait for anyone or depend on man. The remnant of Jacob will be among the nations, in the midst of many people, like a lion, the beasts of the forest, like a young lion among flocks of sheep, which mauls and mangles as it goes, and no one can rescue. Your hand will be lifted up in triumph over your enemies, and all your foes will be destroyed. In that day, declares the Lord, I will destroy your horses from among you and demolish your chariots. I will destroy the cities of your land and tear down all your strongholds. I will destroy your witchcraft, and you will no longer cast spells. I will destroy your idols and your sacred stones from among you. You will no longer bow down to the works of your hands. I will uproot from among you your Asherah poles when I demolish your cities. I will take vengeance and anger and wrath on the nations that have not obeyed me. And so we here have this prophetic word about a deliverer who will come from Bethlehem, which is a pretty specific word. Micah gives, several hundred years before Jesus is born, before Jesus is even conceived of in Mary's mind. And all of a sudden, here showing up prior to that occurring is this prophetic word that from Bethlehem, a Savior will come, and that Savior will be able to demolish all evil. He will destroy the witchcraft. He will destroy the idols. He will tear down evil, and he will bring about obedience even for the nations that have rebelled against him or rebelled against Israel, or not rebelled against Israel, but have oppressed Israel and come against Israel. So a pretty poignant, pretty particular prophetic word there. that the Messiah or a deliverer is going to come from Bethlehem. Uh, it's amazing how many of the prophecies of the Old Testament Jesus actually fulfills. I've heard numbers. I'm not going to try to guess at them, but there's like these crazy statistical odds. It's something like 1 in 500 billion chance that someone would fulfill like 15 or 20 of these specific prophecies. It's something like that. I don't remember. Don't quote me exactly, but the specific prophecies about Jesus, and he fulfills like 300 of them. It's pretty amazing. Quite a coincidence, right? That Jesus would fulfill all these prophecies that came hundreds of years uh, before he was born. So, well, tomorrow we'll be in Micah chapter 7, and then we will dive into the book of Nahum, and then Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. So basically about another week, another 10 days or so here, and then we will jump into Matthew and move into the New Testament. So I encourage you to keep with us, keep pushing in. We are over the halfway point on the year. That feels incredible. So God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.